Out with the old and in with the new no longer applies in some Orange County cities, like here in Tustin, where they are embarking on a 9-month marketing plan designed to bring more visitors into their Old Town area. The plan is a partnership between the Chamber of Commerce, Old Town business owners, and is being spearheaded by Mayor Lou Bone.
We're very lucky right now. The Chamber of Commerce has taken a big foothold. The businesses down here are participating more, and with all of this coming together, we're going to have a great jewel down here.
Much of Old Town dates back to the early 1900s, and the Chamber of Commerce is working to make it more of a destination point within the city.
Every month we have certain things that we're going to be doing to promote Old Town. We actually have several plans in place, and hopefully we can put that into fruition in the next year or two.
Quinn's Old Town Grill is one of the newer businesses in the area, which has also seen a new park added and soon a new building featuring lofts on top of businesses. Quinn's co-owner John Moore is excited about the rapidly growing area.
We're real excited to get a lot of people on board, and I'm hoping one day it rivals Orange.
In the city of Tustin, I'm Bob Gibson for Time Warner SoCal News. If part of your daily commute involves driving on or near the 55 freeway and Edinger Avenue in Tustin, then you're already aware of the construction that's been going on there since late 2005. The Newport Avenue Extension Edinger Avenue widening project should see Phase 1 completed by early '08 and should transform this one-time traffic trouble spot into a much easier area to navigate.
The project's been needed for many, many years. The traffic on Edinger in the afternoons and in the mornings, people seeking access to Route 55. The backups are, before we did the project, been, long distances on each way. People traveling on Red Hill are well aware of the problems, the congestion at Edinger.
Phase 1 began construction in November of '05 and has focused on the area around Edinger Avenue.
The most easily discernible thing, at least for the public trying to get to Route 55, is they're going to have a consistent 6-lane Edinger through the entire city of Tustin as they make their way to Route 55.
Phase 2 is scheduled to begin in 2009. And when all is said and done, the cost of the projects will add up to somewhere between $25 and $30 million. In the city of Tustin, I'm Bob Gibson for Time Warner SoCal News. It's not every day a new college opens, and the Advanced Technology and Education Park, or ATEP, is no ordinary community college. The sister campus of Saddleback and Irvine Valley Colleges is located on the old Tustin Marine Base, and it offers up-to-date courses on the ever-changing world of technology.
With our photonics program, we're into lasers and holography and all the exciting aspects of light wave theory. And then in our design, model making, and prototyping, we're actually preparing designers of the future for automobiles, for products. We have really cutting-edge equipment, laser cutting machines that really specialize in where high technology is going.
The current student body of about 400 allows for smaller class sizes for now, and is targeted at students looking to break into a certain industry or someone already in the workplace looking to get new or updated skills.
I've been building architectural models for about a year and a half. I started my own business, and when I first started it was all by hand, and having the classes here at ATEP available gives you the chance to have more refined work. We have a laser cutter back here that is just amazing, which you can use in a lot of different industries, whether it be cutting buildings or making signs. I mean, anything you can think of.
In the city of Tustin, I'm Bob Gibson, reporting for Time Warner SoCal News. These American flags were not being burned in protest. They were being properly disposed of in a ceremony conducted by American Legion Post 227 in Tustin.
Flags should not be thrown away in the trash. They're a symbol of our country, of our nation, and so they should be retired with dignity and respect.
The 300-plus flags are inspected by the American Legion detail and given their due respect.
Comrade Vice Commander, we present these flags which have been inspected by the Second Vice Commander for your further inspection. We have the Second Vice Commander and the First Vice Commander inspect the flags, and then we go through the procedure of presenting these flags to the commander, and then he questions each of the vice commanders that the flags are in fact unserviceable.
The small crowd gathered then watched as the flags were retired. This exercise holds a high importance to the members of the American Legion.
The flag is the symbol of our country. American Legion-wise, we have all served our country in the military and overseas in wars and so forth, and we've fought for this flag.
Reporting from the city of Tustin, I'm Bob Gibson for Time Warner SoCal News.
There you go.
If you're one of the thousands of commuters whose drive takes you through Tustin, then you're familiar with the backups that can happen on Newport, Red Hill, and Irvine Avenues. The city is now planning on alleviating some of the congestion by eliminating on-street parking on those streets.
All of our north-south arterials are really impacted. Jamboree, Red Hill, and Newport all have a lot of traffic on them. So if we can add capacity within the existing footprint, that's a great thing for the citizens. But on any given business day in the commuting hours going north or south on those streets, you can see that it's significantly clogged. And it takes much longer to get back and forth. I travel a very short distance of about 12 miles from my home to my office down Red Hill. And depending on what time of day I go, it can be a 15-minute trip or it can be a 45-minute trip. And that's something that we need to take care of.
The elimination of nearly 300 curbside parking spots has residents concerned that those cars will now be moved into their neighborhoods.
There's an abundance of parking problems throughout the town, so when you strip parking from major arterials, you naturally displace it into the neighborhoods. So they're concerned about having a permit parking system which makes sure that residents can park near their homes. And that's an important and valid thing for us to have to deal with.
This project also shouldn't take long to complete once it's started.
The good news is that there isn't a lot of significant construction that needs to be done. We'll do the design work in 07, 08 and probably start construction in 08 and complete it by 09.
In the city of Tustin, I'm Bob Gibson for Time Warner SoCal News. That sound could be less frequent around the county thanks to a $60 million program approved by the Orange County Transportation Authority that will create quiet zones and improve safety at over 50 railroad crossings.
We are now working with the cities to go in and take a look at what needs to be done to each crossing to make it safe and to make it eligible so that those cities can then apply to the federal government for a quiet zone status. And that means that as the trains come through Orange County, they will not be blowing their whistles.
That's good news for neighborhoods like this one in Tustin, which sits right next to railroad tracks on Edinger Avenue. And with an anticipated surge in train traffic in the coming years, this is a proactive move by the OCTA board.
We're going to triple the train traffic just for goods movement alone. The ports in Los Angeles and San Pedro are going to triple, and that means increased number of trains in our corridor. So I think this is something we knew was coming, and of course we're hearing from neighborhoods and from city leaders as well.
According to federal law, a train engineer must sound his horn when approaching a crossing unless a quiet zone is in effect. But in order to establish these zones, major safety upgrades need to happen to ensure a secure area.
It'll start at the end of next year, most likely, in terms of construction, be completed in terms of quiet zones. We hope all 53 crossings sometime by 2010, and then neighborhoods will have some livability.
I'm Bob Gibson reporting for Time Warner SoCal News.